Welcome back, Middle-Aged Grime. And the topic of today's video is living in the moment. It's been a little while since I've done a video, about a week, a little over a week or so, and I was out of town this past Thursday through Sunday with my wife and my mom and my sister celebrating my mother's 65th birthday. She made 65 March 14th, and big birthday. And my sister a couple months ago got with me, hey, mom's turning 65. Would you like to go to New York with us and do a quick trip? And me and my wife, we obliged and had a wonderful time. And it got me to thinking, and I stayed in a hotel. It was called the Thompson, my wife and I, and it's kind of close to the Central Park. And it was right down the corner from the very first time I visited New York back in 2007, my wife and I, called the Wellington Hotel. And it's still there. It's been abandoned since 2021. It was built back in 1911, and I read about it. It's somebody bought it out, and they're gonna tear it down and build a new place. I'm sure it'll be beautiful. But it got me to thinking how quickly time has flown by. And walking in front of that place the other night, and I just stood there, and I remember thinking, man, it doesn't seem that long ago we were here. And that was back in 2007. Back in July. We were there for the July 4th. So almost 18 years. We're up in March now. And I got a little sad because I thought about that time in my life. I was 25 years old. Just started my State Farm career as an agent back then. I was in it a month. And we had went with my mom, my sister, and my dad and went on that trip back then. And we ate it across the street at a diner. It's not in operation anymore. I remember what I had. It was a crab cake. It was delicious. And I got to thinking, back then, the people I had in my life who were not there anymore, and the people who weren't there yet that I didn't know, my 4 kids in particular. My first child wasn't born until 2010. And it just got me to thinking, and we had a wonderful time. We walked on Friday over 20 miles in the city, from the park to down south, the High Line, Chelsea Market, Little Italy, Lower East Side, to back up to Upper East Side. We had a wonderful time. And it just got me to thinking, in life, you have to cherish the moments and cherish the people you have and enjoy it. And like I say, standing in front of that old hotel the other night, and I just took a minute and I just stood there in the street, just kind of looked up, and it's still there, and the little emblem and the lights are still on. It says Wellington, and it's like, man, that feels like it was last year and it was 18 years ago. And in another 18 years, I'll be 60 years old. And things will be a lot different then, I'm sure, if I'm still around, God willing. And but in life, we just have to cherish the little things, cherish the ones we love, cherish the moment. And that's the purpose of today's video, is it doesn't mean you stop planning for the future and doing what you need to do and working, and if you're in that phase of your life, but you have to sit back and enjoy things. And we had a great time in New York. I love, every time I've been, I've always kind of researched a different area or place or something to see. And this time we got to see it up close in person. I think it's pretty cool. In 1912, the Titanic sunk. And it was supposed to obviously dock in New York City, coming from England. And we all know what happened there. Well, the pier, it's Pier 54, right next to what this new development called Little Island is. Check it out, Google Pier 54, New York. The sign from the cruise terminal where the Titanic was supposed to dock is still there. It's rusted. You can make out White Star at the top, Cunard and Sons, and that was the terminal. And that's actually where the Carpathia, which was the ship that saved the survivors, docked, and where they got off at. And a piece of that history you can walk by and see it is still there. And that's right outside of the Chelsea Market, which was a cool place. That was the original Nabisco factory where they invented the Oreo. Now it's a food hall with probably over 50, 60 different places to eat. We ate a lobster roll in there on Friday. Just a wonderful time. But I love learning history and taking all that in. And that was something a little bit different we did this time, different area we explored. The buildings, I just love the architecture. The food was great, as always. There's a million different options. Kind of can't go wrong. But my wife, my sister, and my mom and I had a wonderful time. And we just kind of cherished that moment and did something little fun and had a great time. And 18 years is going to go by quickly again. I'm just going to try to cherish every moment. With that said, I'll see you real soon on the Middle Age Grind.